The human rights torch has arrived in the Czech Republic. VIPs from the Czech government, including the Foreign Affairs Minister and former President, were there to extend their support. Our correspondents Jana Kalividova and Daniel Monahan has more.
The human rights torch has arrived in the Czech capital, Prague. More than 20 prominent theatrical, sporting and political personalities have passed on the torch. All of them identify with the idea that holding the Olympic Games in Chinese Beijing in the present state of affairs would strongly contradict the Olympic Charter. A member of the Czech Parliament, Marek Benda, is passing the torch on to a Paralympian who is carrying it to the next participant waiting at a distance of some 300 meters. In this way, the torch is moving through Prague Center to the Chinese embassy. The Minister of the Environment and the Vice Premier, Martin Bursík, is reaching the Old Town Square. I believe that all people who live in a democratic country, or the people who lived under the communist government, are responsible. They should openly speak about the human rights violations. He also said there will be no future in China without improvement of the human rights situation. Bursík is handing the torch on to Ms. Xinxia Zhang. She was put in prison and tortured in a labor camp just because she was distributing materials about Falun Gong. Marek Benda thinks that we should take advantage of the Olympic Games in China to pressure the Chinese regime. I know very well that the Chinese embassy is monitoring what is happening here at this very moment, and the embassy is getting angry. So let's try to do our best in all parts of the world to force the release of 1, 20, 50 prisoners of conscience. Each and every one deserves it. A 9-hour-long benefit concert started at noon in the Old Town Square. At least a dozen of popular Czech bands are performing here today. They want to both express their opinions and their support of the human rights torch relay and sympathy with those people who are persecuted in China. A member of parliament, Kateřina Žáček, is running with the torch to the Chinese embassy. In my opinion, it is a shame that Beijing in its present situation was chosen to hold the Olympic Games in 2008. Marathon runners are taking over the torch in front of the Chinese embassy. A 250-kilometer-long journey to Brno, the second largest city in the Czech Republic, awaits them. Jana Kalividova and Daniel Monahan, NTDTV, Prague.